Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install Iot Edge on a Raspberry Pi 4 and how to connect that to the IoT hub and then get something going. So what I have got so far is I have got a Raspberry Pi 4 sitting on my table, and I have installed Raspbian Buster, which is the new version on it. And I have enabled SSH on it so that I can remote into the Pi using PuTTY. So what I have got is, I'll show you. So it's a Raspberry Pi 4, and I have also, let's say, OS version. It's the Raspbian 10, which is the Buster, as you can see there. So that's installed in there. So what I want ideally to do is get this device connected as an Iot Edge onto my IoT hub. So for that I need to have Iot Edge runtime installed on this, and Iot Edge runtime, it's all it runs as a container. So you need a first container runtime on this device. And Microsoft recommends having Mobi Engine installed as the container runtime. Unfortunately, I had heaps of issues installing Mobi Engine on the Raspberry Pi 4 because it's relatively new, and I don't think it's supported in yet. Therefore, I'm going to be installing Docker CE on this. That's mainly because I'm not running any production workload on this. That's to start with. And because Microsoft officially don't support anything other than Mobi Engine unless they clarify that it's supported or not. So that's that. And then for what I'm gonna be doing first is installing Docker on this, and then make sure that it's Docker is running, and then install Iot Edge on it. And let's go and have a look at the steps involved in that. So first of all, there's a script provided by Docker for installing Docker on Raspberry Pi. So I'm going to be running that, and wait until that's completed. Once that's completed, I'll make sure that the Docker engine is up and running on this, and then we'll continue to the next steps. Yeah, now it looks like it's completed. So it says like add permissions for the user account Pi, which is the default user account in Raspberry Pi, to run or use Docker. So I have run that command, and once that's done, so we'll need to check the service. So this systemctl status Docker, make sure that it's active, up and running. So I can see that it's up and running, so which is good. Okay, so now we got the container runtime up and running on the Raspberry Pi. Next is to actually install Iot Edge. So Iot Edge requires some SSL libraries, which is not coming by default out from the Raspbian Buster. So we'll have to install them manually. So I'm gonna run this command to install that, as it's a dependency for the Iot runtime. And after that, we have got the environment prepped, and what we need to do is we need to follow Microsoft IoT runtime documentation. So Iot Edge runtime, what we need to do is we need to run these commands to update the repositories with the Microsoft repos. So I'm gonna be running that. And then that will add the repos, the visibility of the Iot Edge package. And once that's done, then we are ready to install the IoT runtime. So I need to do a package update, apt-get update as well. And once that's done, we'll be ready to install the Iot Edge runtime. So once that's done, so we'll be installing Iot Edge runtime like that. So this will talk to the Microsoft packages in there, and then it installed the Iot Edge runtime. So while that's created, I'm gonna be adding a device. So I'm gonna say Pi Edge 01. So I'm gonna be creating a Iot Edge device in the IoT hub to represent this device that I'm creating, and then I'm gonna be doing a manual onboarding of that device into this IoT hub. So once that's created, you will see that there's no response currently from the device. So we have got a representation of the device, and we are preparing our device in here, which is the Raspberry Pi 4. So that looks like it's done. So there's a config file here which we need to actually edit. So that's the config file. We need to add the device connection string from the device that we just created. So let's get the device connection string, which is here. We'll get this one here. Actually, this is the connection string. I'm not going to be showing that, but I can show that to you. That's the connection string, and I have copied that. So I'll paste that in here, and I'll actually override the file with that. So I'll make sure that it's pasted properly, and then exit, and then we'll do a restart. Restart IoT Edge. So now if you do a status of this IoT Edge, it's up and running, which is looking good. So let's go into the IoT and then do a refresh and see if it's reporting to that. It takes a bit of time actually, so this one here still must be still coming up. So yeah, it just got the certificate. So it's creating the runtime module, pulling the image. Yeah, still pulling the image, so it takes a bit of time to come up. Yeah, it looks like it's pulled the image now, so successfully queried the system. So now you will see it's starting to send commands into the IoT hub. So if you look at now the logs that are coming from there, so the device deployment configuration is not set, but we have got reception from the device. So we have got one IoT Edge module in there, and then we need to do the rest of the configuration. So that's pretty much it, what I wanted to show you in this video. Thanks for watching, and hope this was informative.